This is a tutorial on showing how to use the Utility Network Analyst. With this tool set, we will be able to measure distance from 2 points while following a network. A network pretty much is a way of incorporating flow into a map. As you know, many roads can actually only travel in one direction, one-way streets. With network, we can create paths that follow those rules of the road. This can also work with piping because most pipes only flow one way. So it can also be used in other utilities. Now, what the tool set we're using does not require the network extension. However, creating these networks do require it. So the networks that I have were pre-made by another programmer. And we're going to be looking at schools and these roads here. So these roads, if we open up the attribute table, we come over, it tells us direction that it's heading in, but it also tells us the speed, because you can actually, in this, you can find out the cost of time in travel, but that does require the network extension. But it also takes into effect one-ways, as you see. If we scroll down, there are some that are no, some are yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pick two schools. This school and this school. And we're going to find a path and find out how far it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our toolbar. So we go to Customized Toolbars. And it's going to be all the way at the bottom. It's this Utility Network Analyst. And it appears up here. And the only shapefiles you can get are the network shapefiles. For this one I have a water and a road one. We're just going to use the road one. And it's these road net junctions that determine directions that you can travel. So if one of them says you can only travel one way, these points are the ones that determine that. I'm going to leave them off just so they're not there as a distraction. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this edge tool, and this is basically the start and the end. I'm going to place it right here at the intersection of this one school and at the intersection of this school. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Analyst again. We're going to go to Options. Now normally the default setting for this is to where the edge weights are none, and that will just tell you how many junctions you pass through. By setting it to distance, it will tell you how far you've gone in the units for that feature. That feature is in meters, and I'll show you later on. So what we're going to do is we set it to distance. We click OK. I'm just going to go in here and show you now that it's Properties, General, Group, and if we go into Properties for the roads, we can see that it's in meters. So if you need to have it in miles or some other kilometers, you're just going to have to do a conversion later. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit this Solve button. And as you see in the bottom of the left corner, right above the Start menu, you can see that the cost is 5,850 meters. And what we're going to do now is we're going to clear the results. Now say there was some construction, or you wanted to avoid a certain road because there's a lot of traffic there. By coming up here, we can choose this right here, this edge barrier tool. And I'm just going to put it right here. And another one here. This could be accidents, construction, or just busy streets. And now with that done, I'm going to hit the solve button again. And once again, the distance cost will be right down here, and it'll also be in meters. We're going to hit it again. And as you can see, it has avoided the barriers and taken an alternate route, and it has increased the distance to 6,109. So that is how you can create a way of measuring distance in a route from one point to another. And that's it for this tutorial.